Well students, what you can see here? Golden rule. What golden rules? The golden rules of grammar. Grammar has many chapters. It comprises almost everything that is necessary to document a script. There are certain golden rules which we need to follow. There are many golden rules, but today I will teach you a very important golden rule of grammar, that is what? Persons. Persons. These three persons are very important in your life. Please welcome these three persons. Tell them to sit with you, have a cup of tea, and then let's start our grammar journey with these three persons. Very important part of grammar. First person, second person, and third person. First person means singular and plural is there. Second person also singular and plural. We will be studying it. Third person also includes singular and plural. Now let me give you an example of what first person means, second person means, and third person means. First person. First person means I. I am taking the ownership of this class. I am here addressing to all of you out there. So I am the first person because I am speaking to you all directly. So I am the first person. I is singular, and when more than one person is there, it becomes we. We is your plural. This much it's clear. I is singular, we means plural. First person means when directly I am addressing to all of you. Next comes second person. Second person means if you are in a direct conversation with another person in front of you, a one-to-one conversation with another person. Here comes the second person in focus. You. You are coming to my house. You have to be there on time. So you. I am speaking directly to a person. You. Second person. Here singular and plural. Both includes you. No differentiation between singular or plural. Now comes third person. Third person, if we are speaking about a third person, for example, he, she, Ram, Sham, they. You are not in direct conversation, but two of you are talking about a third person. Then this third person takes place. He, she, Ram, they. Singular, he, she, and plural, they. This much clear? This is very important. This much clear? Now comes the next part of this particular aspect. Verbs. Person means subject. When there is a subject, that means verb will be there. Because subject without a verb can never sustain. Subject needs to do certain work. Verb is divided here in two parts. Auxiliary verb and main verb. Now let me give you the concept of auxiliary verb. What do you mean by auxiliary verbs? Auxiliary verbs in another term is also called as helping verbs. Now if you consider the term helping, what do you mean by that? To help someone to cross the road, to help someone to reach the destination. So auxiliary verb also fulfill the similar criteria of helping the main verb. Yes, auxiliary verb or the helping verbs helps main verb to form tenses. If this chapter is clear, half of the doubt related to tenses will be also clear. Now let me give you certain examples of auxiliary verbs. Present. Under present, do, does, is, am, are, has, have. If you consider these verbs, these are auxiliary verbs under present. Present means what? Present means when you are living in a certain moment. Now you are doing something. That's present. You are here now talking to me or listening to my conversation. So presently you are listening to my conversation. Present. Now let me give you a clear idea. Do or does. Do is your plural form or a plural verb. Does is your singular verb. Alright. Do and does we usually use in simple present tense. Yes. Do and does are those auxiliary verbs which are used in simple present tense. This much clear? It's done. Now, next is, am, are. Is, am and are. These three are again used in present. But, I am going. You are coming. That means what? Going, coming, ing. The verb going, coming, we are using ing. When we use ing with a verb, that shows us that we are using continuous tense. That means the work is being done in a continuous form. Clear? Now, next, has and have. Has and have. When a work is complete, the work is complete, it's perfect, it's been done. Okay, the work complete. We use the auxiliary verb has and have, that too in perfect present. Has and have for perfect present or present perfect. Alright? Because the work has been completed. It's done. It's over. This much clear? Now, if you take this part into account, now next we can move to past tense or just past time. Do or does, here I have clarified you all. Do means plural form, does is your singular verb. Did, when we change our verb from present to past, simple past, do or does becomes did. Next is, am, are. As I mentioned earlier, these auxiliary verbs are used in a continuous form. This gives you an idea that the work is being done in a continuous form. It's going on. Was and were, these auxiliary verbs are just the past tense of is, am and are. Has and have will change to had. Had been done. Had come. Alright? Will, shall means future. Whenever we are speaking, if she will come to my house. Will. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Future. Will or shall, when we use in its base form, that means it's simple future. If we add a be verb with will or shall be, will be, that means what? Continuous form. And whenever has or have, whenever the verb has or have comes into existence, means the work is completed, it has been done, it's finished. This much clear? Now, let us understand with certain examples. I do not feel like going there. I, singular subject, first person singular. Do, auxiliary or helping word, plural form. Not, negative term. Feel like going there. So, I and do. That means first person singular. We are using the word do, which is plural, and the helping verb of simple present tense. Now, here comes a question. डेफिनेटली सबको आ रहा है ये क्वेश्चन, सबको लग रहा है कि मैम क्या बोल रही है, फर्स्ट पर्सन सिंगुलर है, उसके साथ वी आर यूजिंग अ प्लूरल वर्ब, ये कैसे हो सकता है? यही है बिकॉज रूल्स. यस, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ ग्रामर एंड यू नीड टू फॉलो दीज रूल्स. ओनली रिमेंबर, ओनली थर्ड पर्सन सिंगुलर और प्लूरल, ओनली third person singular or plural, we actually use the verb in its plural or singular form. For example, or let me explain it in a more clarified manner. Third person अगर मेरा singular है तो मैं जो verb उसके साथ use करूंगी वो भी मेरा singular होगा, होना ही पड़ेगा. Third person अगर मेरा plural है तो उसके साथ जो मैं वर्ब यूज करूंगी उसको प्लूरल फॉर्म में होना ही पड़ेगा. ये रूल है एंड दिस इज अ एक्सेप्शन. ओनली थर्ड पर्सन सिंगुलर एंड प्लूरल एक्चुअली फॉलोज दैट द वर्ब अकॉर्डिंगली. दैट मीन्स सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट और थर्ड पर्सन सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट will be followed by a singular verb. Third person plural subject will be followed by a plural verb. Clear? अब बचता है कौन कौन डांस कर रहा है, फर्स्ट पर्सन और सेकेंड पर्सन. इन दोनों को डांस करने दो बिकॉज माई नेक्स्ट रूल कम्स हियर. फर्स्ट पर्सन और सेकेंड पर्सन में मेरा वर्ब का जो फॉर्म है वो प्लूरल में ही होगा, नो मैटर व्हाट, इवन इफ योर सब्जेक्ट इज इन सिंगुलर फॉर्म. मैं फिर से रिपीट कर रही हूं, सब्जेक्ट अगर भी मेरा सिंगुलर फॉर्म में है फिर भी मेरा जो वर्ब यूज होगा वो प्लूरल फॉर्म में ही होगा. ये रूल है एंड वी ऑल नीड टू फॉलो इट, कुछ भी हो जाए. फर्स्ट पर्सन सिंगुलर अगर मेरा सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट है उसके साथ जो मेरा वर्ब है वो प्लूरल फॉर्म में आएगा और उसको मुझे लिखना ही पड़ेगा. आई हैव टू राइट इट. नाउ व्हाट आई सेड, आई हैव, आई फर्स्ट पर्सन सिंगुलर, हैव प्लूरल वर्ब, बट व्हाट आई यूज्ड इट, आई हैव टू राइट. यस, यू हैव टू राइट. Please remember this. Very important rule. Very, very important rule. And maximum student makes mistakes here. First person, second person, no matter if it is singular or plural, we have to use plural verb there. Done? Okay. So, ये मेरा rules रहा. One more rule. So this much clear? As I said earlier, third person, if it is singular, we use the verb in singular form. Third person, if it is plural, we use a plural verb with it. Clear? One more rule comes here. Whenever you are writing or whenever in a sentence, जब भी कोई sentence में third person singular subject हो, जब भी कोई sentence में third person singular subject हो, उसके साथ जो मेरा verb लगेगा, उसके साथ मेरा जो भी verb लगेगा, उसमें मुझे add करना है s और es. Example, like will become likes, go, goes, do, does. Third person singular अगर मेरा है, उसके साथ जो भी verb मेरा लगेगा, जो भी, whatever verb I am using here, I need to add a s and es. S or es with it. Like, likes, go, goes, do, does. With this, I end up my session for today. So it's clear. We have started with person and this is the concept of persons. Thank you.